Hai sahabat cantik, welcome to our channel. Aku Lula.
Dan aku Mira.
Today kita akan talk about apa ya? What is it?
So ini kayak Q&A cause we wanted to start off this new year by setting goals, looking back at our past year, and just chit-chat aja ya bareng with you guys.
Iya, jadi mungkin kayak temanya buat video ini is about point of view as a KOL, beauty content creator versus beauty brand owner. Karena sekarang kita punya statement beauty.
Two very different job description, cuman very related juga at the same time ya. And gak cuman two different POVs, kita juga mau set our goals for this year for both.
Yes, kita kan lebih banyak ngomong bahasa Inggris because like we're more natural speaking in English, so kita akan mix sedikit. Okay, so please, yeah, thank you. Yeah, because we found out when doing both things, obviously as content creators we work with brands, we get endorsements, banyak kerjasama, collaborations. Nah dari itu kita mungkin as a content creator kita agak kayak baper atau feel some type of way, bisa positif tapi ada yang negatif juga kan. Tapi as a beauty brand owner now, when we see it from their point of view, kita sekarang udah mulai kayak ngerti.
We started out YouTube first. Kita udah mau bikin beauty brand dari dulu, cuma yang berjalan dulu was YouTube first. So we didn't know how the beauty business world was at first. So now that kita juga udah launch Statement Beauty, jadinya we see both sides ya. Yeah, so we're gonna share with you.
Compare our notes.
Ya, jadi buat kalian yang contemplating pengen jadi beauty brand owner atau pengen jadi KOL, this is our experience.
This is our experience, and mungkin lebih juga jelas for you as a content creator or as a brand owner, lebih understand each other. Lebih itu juga sih. Oke, kita mulai dengan yang lebih simple, aka time management. That's our first topic. Jadi ya, time management sebagai content creator, KOL, itu mungkin lebih fleksibel ya. Lebih fleksibel karena we can do it at our own time, di rumah sendiri.
Yes, jadi our studio itu di rumah. That's why lebih gampang ya. Kalau buat Statement Beauty sebenarnya that's our full-time job. Lebih kayak 9 to 5 ke kantor full-time. Kalau KOL at our own time. Jadi kapan ada deadline, we will meet that deadline.
Also, like if we want to work with like the manufacturers, we want to work with our employees, itu ada jam tertentu, aka 9 to 5, jam kantor biasa. So it's lebih ketat ya.
Kalau filming kayak bisa kayak tiba-tiba weekend, oh we have to film, ya udah weekend datang filming, atau enggak pas 5 PM ya doesn't matter gitu.
Karena pastinya the people we need to work with itu they only work 9 to 5, so we have to be really strict and jelas. Nah kita how we handle it biasanya kalau kita perlu kerja di Statement Beauty itu we have to plan our week ya. Kayak oh filmingnya tuh kapan. Biasanya kita we set out one day of the week untuk filming semua. Jadi ya kayak 1 sampai 2 video, bisa sampai 3 video.
Sebenarnya untuk timing, I think our priority lebih statement ya. Karena itu as we said lebih harus ada fixed timingnya. And because we have meetings yang udah set on a certain day, certain date, certain time, itu kan nggak bisa diubah-ubah. So kita biasa plan what day to film tuh pas lagi ada hari kosong ya. Jadi kayak it could be last minute tiba-tiba kayak besok kosong let's film gitu.
Oh yes, dan sebagai content creator ya, karena we have Statement Beauty juga, hari filming itu nggak setiap hari, and sometimes juga untuk content creator, kalau filming itu bukan cuma kayak oh nyalain kamera, setup, okay let's do it, enggak sih, itu harus kayak setup kameranya, setup lightingnya, terus kayak makeupnya harus udah hair, ini, jadinya untuk brand yang mau kerja sama dengan content creator, nggak bisa cuma kayak
oh Kak, can you redo this?
Kita ada banyak yang collaboration kayak
Can you just refilm this?
gak bisa sis,
Kita mau tambah ini dong, can you refilm it? Can you film it again?
nggak bisa karena we have to set up the whole thing again. Itu nggak kayak di nggak di kayak diranjang kayak okay sure basi. just
juga,
be point,
I feel like kita tuh kalau misalnya harus reshoot, kita nggak mau kelihatan it's reshot. So makeupnya kita mesti bikin persis sama, backdropnya persis sama, rambutnya persis sama, you know everything outfit. Jadi nggak bisa ya kalau reshoot tuh it's a big deal.
Ya mungkin satu contoh was last month or something like that. Nah kita harus kayak cuci muka gitu lah. Nah di dalam situ kita berdua lagi nggak pakai eyelash extensions nih ya. Kayak okay, dan kan ada namanya exclusive dan non-exclusive video. Exclusive video video itu jadinya kita review statement beauty. Satu video itu cuman review statement beauty. Tapi kalau non-eksklusif artinya itu tap in. Oh, masukin eyeshadownya tapi kita eyebrowsnya dari Lux Cry, mascaranya dari Rose. Tipenya yang bulan lalu itu tap in.
Jadi ada a certain part yang menurut mereka kita nggak terlalu ngikutin brief gitu. They wanted us to reshoot dan I wasn't wearing eyelash extension dan besokannya aku pakai eyelash extension. Jadi aku bilang kalau misalnya reshoot, I'm already wearing eyelash extensions.
Iya,
jadi udah kelihatan
videonya
banget.
udah beda banget nih. Dan kita udah ngikutin briefnya, tapi merekanya ini ya. Jadi mungkin as a beauty brand owner kerjasama mungkin briefnya harus bener-bener jelas, biar nggak ada miscom sama content creatornya gitu. Stuff like that sih. Oh ya, that was more about time management. Oh, jadi curhat session ya.
Iya, makanya tadi I was thinking kok kita jadi off topic ya.
Udahlah.
Iya,
Just kayak
iya.
keluarin semuanya biar mereka tahu sih what we go through.
That's true.
A bit of gossip. Gossip is bad guys, nggak boleh.
Iya, I think sebagai brand owner, we realize kita mesti jelas kalau kasih brief, dan sebagai KOL juga ngikutin brief, tapi ya brandnya harus jelas.
Brandnya harus jelas, mungkin juga KOL-nya juga harus double check. Tapi I mean,
Yes.
ask as many questions as you want as the content creator. Ini pakainya bener gak? Ini bener gak? Ini bener gak? You know, just in case.
Karena sebagai brand kita juga nggak suka minta reshoot ya, we don't like it, kita juga nggak enak ya with the KOLs gitu. Jadi we prefer kalau pas dapat draft langsung approve, that's the best.
Ya itu that was like time ya, dividing our time. Juga buat brands yang mau kerjasama, mungkin sebagai content creator itu kita perlu waktu untuk shooting, editing, dan kasih draft hasilnya. So keep in mind that harus kasih like in advance, waktu in advance when they kirim products. Because sometimes misalnya hari ini agreementnya adalah untuk upload videonya minggu depan. Jadinya kita filmingnya hari ini misalnya. Terus brandnya bilang kayak, oh nggak bisa, kita mau kasihnya keesokan harinya. Well, for us itu tomorrow we're not filming at all. So artinya that video yang harus diupload itu postponed lagi. So yeah, those things happen. So I think dari brand ownernya juga harus keep updated.
I think just give enough time frame ya yang cukup untuk filming. Also, in terms of time management, kita juga kayaknya upload video on YouTube udah lebih jarang ya. I think lebih jarang, plus kita lebih milih-milih what to upload. Kalau misalnya, kalau dulu tuh, I think when we had lebih banyak free time, kita nggak full
3
time.
times a week loh,
Iya.
uploadnya.
Jadi kita kayak whatever we can think of kita film. Pokoknya yang kira-kira, oke, kita bisa film ini, we film. Sekarang kita lebih milih gitu, produk apa yang kayaknya you guys would wanna watch, apa yang kira-kira lebih interesting. Makanya itu juga lebih less videos ya. Hopefully videos yang kita produce tuh lebih interesting. In terms of splitting time, kita juga we prioritize both equally ya. Menurut aku tuh filming is just as important as us going to work at Statement, karena we split the time between kalau misal filming kita get to try a lot of new product, kita bisa build relationship with a lot of local brands juga ya.
And then through that, obviously as a beauty brand owner, we need to know our competition. So trying new products every day through YouTube itu sangat helpful banget sih.
Dan juga kita juga jadinya lebih aware of all the new products yang launching currently. Jadi apa yang trending, apa yang people like, orang tuh nyari apa sih sekarang in local products.
Understanding the market more, understanding what you guys like. Kan dari komen-komentarnya kayak kalian suka kasih input
Menurut aku nggak suka produk ini karena bla 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 bla.
Yeah.
problem skinnya blah 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 blah. So it's like it really helps, and we read all your comments. That's really helpful to note.
Iya, jadi everything that you guys say itu we take into account, not only for YouTube tapi juga when we're creating products for Statement ya. Orang-orang tuh biasa sukanya apa sih, nggak sukanya apa gitu.
Yeah, like when we're making new products, I will always think kayak, oh wait, but I saw a comment that blah blah blah, you know. So
Yeah.
all the inputs are really helpful for us.
Even kalau misalnya lagi cobain products, misalnya kita cobain sesuatu, terus kita nggak sukanya apa misalnya, and then we try to improve from there juga ya, take that into account. Oh, I think ini topik yang probably people paling penasaran kali ya, income. Which one lebih banyak income? Well, depends ya.
Untuk sekarang,
Iya.
untuk at this moment right now, as a content creator, cost-nya itu jauh lebih dikit daripada a beauty brand owner. Obviously, I think that's like no shit.
Jauh banget sih. Jauh banget.
Jauh banget. So, kita sekarang lebih take in money and profit sebagai content creator. And as a beauty brand owner, yes, we have money coming in from sales and the products we sell. Like most companies, the money that we get in, kita tuh harus kayak put it back into the company. So it goes back and forth because we have to invest it in probably new products, new market research, employees, and all of that. New brands will only see profit probably like very much later.
Iya, jadi untuk sekarang kalau income kita punya main income itu YouTube ya, and then kalau dari Statement Beauty, of course kita belum ambil profit at all because we choose to put it back into the business to grow it. Karena menurut aku kalau YouTube, like Lula said, startup costnya is very low ya, and bisa cut cost in a lot of different aspects. Misalnya lighting gak usah terlalu mahal dulu, kayak banyak yang bisa di-cut cost lah.
Shopee, dari Tokped itu ada banyak yang budget, affordable banget.
Backdrop murah, you know, bisa. Tapi kalau beauty brand kita nggak bisa cut cost.
Ya, apalagi kalau kalian mau start as a content creator itu budgetnya bisa aja pakai HP. Also the setup sekarang nih, background segala hal ini very kayak upgrade ya, tapi to start off nggak seperti ini loh kita.
Iya, kalau beauty brand we want the best ingredients, the best quality products possible.
Nggak bisa yang kayak budgeted affordable gitu.
Yes, jadi pokoknya whatever extra cash we have udah masuk ke Statement.
Untungnya kita working everyday masih ada money coming in, tapi however kalau kita cuman sebagai brand owner kayak kita no income at all ya.
Gak apa-apa, anything for Statement.
Jadi kayak at least we're getting a bit, you know,
Yeah.
from somewhere. Next topic, endorsements. Why is this a topic? Karena relationship between a brand and content creator, it's so important. But it's not only when udah hasil jadinya, pas udah content creatornya bikin iklannya, storiesnya, Instagram Reelsnya, it's about the tektokannya juga, like the messaging, the discussion, the negotiations, itu tuh penting juga karena cara ngomongnya harus bener. We try each other not to offend someone else. Kalau di beauty industry tuh lebih kayak orang-orangnya, from what I see tuh, they're very friendly. Cara ngomongnya ya, lewat WA, they're very friendly, baik, and very kayak, you know, just like, hey girlfriend, you know?
Yeah, I feel like beauty industry has their own way of talking, has their own type of language yang everyone follows that type of way to talk to each other.
Yeah, which I like sih. So jadi nggak terlalu formal banget, it's very informal. Kayak hey babe, boleh kerja sama gak? A-nya 2 gitu.
Yes, and I feel like karena kita mulai as content creator dulu, we see how brands talk to us. Jadi kita juga tahu kayak pas kita make a beauty brand, cara approach KOL tuh kayak gimana sih, what is needed, kayak misalnya bikin brief, kan banyak kan invoice ini semua, we know what is expected from a KOL gitu. And I think endorsements juga penting karena being on YouTube, your main source of income tuh endorsements.
Yes.
That's where you get your money from.
Yeah, but also juga something important like an experience that we've encountered tuh, like kebanyakan when we're discussing or negotiating, kayak nih sebagai content creator ya, dulu pas beauty brands ke kita, they would ask rate-nya kita berapa, kita kasih rate-nya obviously, terus mereka mungkin nego harga rate-nya, dan mereka they're very strict on their budget ya. Misalnya kita kasih kayak 2 juta, ini misalnya ya, tapi mereka kayak, oh kak boleh kayak 1 juta aja gak? And then we'll be like, oh how about we meet in the middle, 1.5, 1,5 juta. Tapi mereka kayak, oh kak maaf, tapi nggak bisa, kita tight banget nih budgetnya, 1 juta aja nggak apa-apa gak? At first we're just like, oh we know our worth, why can't they just budge to 1.5? Itu nggak beda jauh sih, dan we see what we do and kita set up segala hal. 1 juta tuh terlalu rendah buat kita, jadinya sometimes we're like kayak, aduh ada rasa kayak gak enaknya, oh how do we do this? Ada ngerasa offended sebagai content creator mungkin karena dari brandnya tuh nego banget. Why aren't they budging? Like just pay us what we are worth. Sometimes kita ini lebay banget sih, tapi kayak mungkin ada, it crosses our mind, tapi obviously we would try to work out with the brand. But however, as a beauty brand owner now, we get it, like they try to respect us as much. However, as a beauty brand itu, again, as we said last time, costnya itu tinggi banget ya sebagai brand. Content creators too, it's just one of the aspects. There are other things they need to pay, they need to deal with that costs more. So sometimes as a brand owner now, we get it, like budget is everything. Karena di sisi ini ya, viewpoint brand owner, itu kalau kita lagi mau launching sesuatu atau we wanna promote something untuk tanggal kembar misalnya, itu tuh kita nggak hanya kontak satu KOL ya. Kita akan kontak like hampir 100 KOL. Dan obviously all brands will do the same thing. Not only one, but they would hundreds, 200, banyak KOL. Jadi budgetnya itu harus very strict karena misalnya kita rate-nya 2 juta. Nah mereka bukan hanya bayar 2 juta, they have to pay 2 juta times 100. Jadi mereka will try to nego and like you know they will try. So you have to understand.
Intinya kita sebagai content creator know our worth, tapi kita juga sebagai brand owner ngerti that a lot of brands have their budgets.
And as a brand owner who has never been a content creator, it takes a lot of work. It's not just switching on a camera to make content, okay? It takes a lot of work and effort, segala hal. So you need to understand, like, respect when the content creator is like, I'm so sorry, but we can't take this offer because you know it's fine. You know,
karena I think the rate of a content creator bukan cuma the rate of them being in front of the camera ya. There's a lot of things that goes into that rate. Like lu setting up-nya, lighting-nya, backdrop-nya, the time, the effort,
editing-nya,
all the makeup, the editing gitu. It's a lot, ya.
Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, as a content creator also, please be nice to brands because they are trying. Sometimes mereka itu dikasih budget dari atasan ya, makanya kebanyakan ngeliatnya kayak, maaf kak, atasan kita sangat tight with the budget. Well, it's not their fault. It is what it is. It's hard, guys. It's hard. You need to understand. Makanya sometimes kalau misalnya ada brand yang barter, tau kan barter itu artinya ngasih produk doang, kita review tapi mereka nggak bayar kita. Kebanyakan brands do that karena they have a limited budget. So please understand, don't get offended content creators because they do have a limited budget.
Yeah, and as brand owners, knowing that these brands punya budget tuh limited, kita juga sering banget do a lot of videos on YouTube yang kita nggak dibayar, nggak di-endorse sama sekali. Tapi if kita genuinely interested in the product, kita genuinely like the product, like the brand, have a good relationship with the brand juga,
We don't mind it.
and pengen cobain, we don't mind. Kita bakal bikin our honest full review untuk the product.
Because it helps the brand as well. All your reviews, all the content, it helps a certain brand. So we understand that, and to do something nice for them, to help them out, it's a good deed, guys.
Even untuk yang kita di-endorse pun, even though we're endorsed, we always try to be as honest as possible. Kalau emang kita have anything negative to say, or kita emang bener-bener gak suka produknya, dan kita gak bakal ambil sih produknya, kita balikin usually. And if we do have something negative to say, biasanya tuh not everything about it is negative, tapi mungkin ada a certain aspect yang mungkin gak cocok di kita, jadi kita have something negative to say, we will still say it. Tapi kita gak pernah kayak ngejelek-jelekin brand, try to take a brand down. Pokoknya we still have our honest opinion.
Yeah, makanya endorsements kalau kita nggak suka sama sekali, we don't take it at all. Because we still want to be honest with you guys. Biasanya kita, when we review, we don't like it, kita mendingan kasih uangnya balik, tapi still review the product anyways.
Yeah, kadang-kadang kita kayak, aduh, I have something bad to say about it, tapi nggak enak. Yaudah deh, kita nggak usah di-endorse aja.
Iya.
Apalagi kalau produknya hype banget, and we haven't seen like a negative review about it, and tapi kita kayak, nggak gitu suka, ya udah lah ya. We'll say it.
Okay, sorry for the rain. Kayaknya kalian bisa dengar. Still gonna continue. Terakhir itu goals.
Our goals and aspirations for 2024. Mungkin kita mulai dari video YouTube first.
Ya, dari YouTube,
Okay,
ya.
YouTube dulu.
Goalsnya, what we wanted to focus on in 2024 was a rebranding ya.
Oh ya.
Ya, rebranding maksudnya itu kayak vibe-nya kita itu, as you can see kalau ngelihat thumbnailnya kita, backgroundnya kita itu very colorful, very cute and everything, which we love.
It's very young,
It's very young,
very
yeah.
young. I mean, we started when we were younger. Almost 3 years, yeah.
Yeah.
Almost 3 years. So we were like 23. So we were younger.
Yeah, now we're still 23.
Kita mau rebranding a bit more grown up, lebih clean ya.
As you can see, we started already. Our background ini lebih kayak, you know, vibes-nya lebih chill, clean, lebih
Yes.
dewasa. Karena dulu our backgrounds were very colorful ya,
Yeah.
warna-warni.
Bisa turquoise.
Tapi itu sebenarnya warna-warna backgroundnya ya, it's cute. However, it affects our faces, our skin tone, makeupnya. Kalau
Pas
kita,
editing.
Iya pas editing, pas kita lagi review complexion product, skin tone kita agak lebih ke kuning atau
Yeah.
orange, aneh. This karena backgroundnya lebih ke neutral, putih, ada little objects gitu. Generalnya putih ini kan, itu sebenarnya warnanya tuh jauh lebih clean, neutral, and crisp gitu ya.
Iya, lebih true color ya. Jadi warna skin tone-nya juga lebih jelas, and I feel like less distracted juga, lebih fokus ke the products yang kita talking about, what we're showing you gitu. And I feel like our skin juga lebih kelihatan.
And we got another camera. Kamera kita yang dulunya it was good, bagus for that time, tapi bisa agak butek gitu ya. And itu kameranya gak bisa autofocus. Kita tuh pas kita lagi syuting, kita nggak bisa ke depan,
Nggak boleh gerak.
nggak boleh gerak, harus kayak stay. Karena kalau ke belakang dikit, itu mungkin miranya fokus, akunya jadi buram.
Ya, and lightingnya juga naik turunnya parah banget. Kayak kalau misalnya kita lebih dekat, itu brightness-nya langsung berubah banget. So I think that was one of our goals in 2023 yang kita achieve this year. Itu adalah upgrade our setup ya, dari background, backdrop, camera. That's cool.
Yeah, and we saw your comments. Kita udah mulai kayak teasing our backdrop, meskipun yang dulu kayak belum selesai ya. Tapi you guys loved it.
Yeah.
Yay!
Another goal, I think, not only to be more consistent, kita bakal coba ya. We told you why, tapi kita bakal coba to be more consistent. But also kita kayaknya pengen more variety in videos ya, hopefully tahun ini. I mean, every time we upload, mostly itu makeup related, makeup reviews gitu. Jadi mungkin something more different this year.
Oh ya, be good at replying comments.
Oh iya. Tapi we read every single
We
one.
do.
We actually
We
do. Kita punya app-nya on our phone, terus kita selalu buka and read every
Baca
single one.
semuanya.
Yeah.
Yang jelek-jelek, yang bagus-bagus,
Yeah.
kita baca semuanya. Mungkin kita nggak jago at replying ya.
Yes.
Mohon maaf.
Yes, tapi we will do our best replying all of it. Okay, so itu untuk YouTube ya. Kalau buat Statement Beauty,
Come up with more products.
yeah, I think more consistent in coming out with new products gitu kayak. I think we took quite a while dari eyeshadow to our next product.
It's been almost a year, see, but our next product is launching soon. I'm actually
Very
wearing it
soon.
right now.
Me too.
What is it? What is it?
Me too.
But now we know ya, biasanya
Yeah.
tuh brands baru itu pas mereka keluarin produk pertama mereka, it takes them so long to come out with another product. Kita selalu kayak, brand itu cuma keluarin ini aja ya, kok lama banget to come out with a new
Yeah.
product. Karena emang we know that it takes so long to sample a product and then production, itu sample revisionsnya tuh lama banget. Makanya mungkin brand yang lebih besar itu they come out with new products every month here again and again karena mereka udah ngerti momentumnya seperti
Yeah.
apa.
That's true. Kita kayaknya belum biasa, jadi kayak we were quite relaxed about our next product. Tapi now we realize kayak nggak bisa gitu. Even now, right now, kita udah lagi in the process of sampling a lot of new products supaya in 2024 kita bisa launch quite a few products.
Yeah, even to be launched next year kita udah
Yeah.
start thinking about the products karena harus
Yeah, we realize that ya now
Uh-huh.
that kayak we have to just keep on sampling, making new products. Even though launchnya masih 2 tahun, 3 tahun lagi, udah mulai dari sekarang.
Karena when the time comes kita mau production dan jualan,
Yeah.
kita udah kayak oke, next product. Oke, langsung production biar udah siap. Yang lama itu samplingnya
Yes,
sih, guys.
that's true.
So for those, a tip for you guys wants to be brand owners. See guys, we're giving you tips and tricks. You're welcome. Secrets that probably other brands don't want to share.
Iya, different perspectives. What else ya? Mungkin hopefully kita lebih banyak do bazaars juga. Bazaars is also for a small brand, it's expensive to do.
Very expensive.
very
Hella expensive.
Iya, jadi makanya kita tahun lalu juga couldn't do too many. Tapi hopefully this year with new products kita bisa lebih banyak ya. Hopefully bisa ikut JXB.
I know, bismillah.
Itu our goal. I think 2024 goal bisa ikut JXB.
A lot of costs as beauty brand owner ya, a lot.
Iya.
Woo! Sekarang kita tahu ya, and every time we make kayak commercial, iklan gitu-gitu, wow guys, wow, bukan cuman kayak modelnya kayak hahaha, oh itu harganya bisa kayak boom, gede banget costnya.
Iya. Dan juga misalnya kalian lihat ads on Instagram for brands, mungkin buat kalian lewat ya.
Kayak, this is nice, dan
Tapi itu mahal sih.
dan kita ngelihatnya kayak wow, kita appreciate it more ya when
Yeah.
brands do something kayak wow.
And hopefully lebih banyak on different marketplaces.
Yes.
Sociala maybe.
Iya, karena kita sekarang udah di beauty hall ya
Yeah.
sekarang. Oh my god, can you imagine we look back and we're like, yeah, we're on beauty hall only, and then
And then in the future kita udah di Sephora.
Please guys, yeah, more marketplaces, more investors, investment. Mudah-mudahan kayak uang tiba-tiba jatuh dari langit gitu bisa.
So a lot of goals for Statement Beauty. Yeah, we're slowly working towards it.
Yeah. So yeah, I think itu video kita buat hari ini agak it's quite talkative kan
It's
kalian lebih
chit-chat.
mau yang lebih chit chat talkative. Hope you guys like these videos and we just want to say thank you for always supporting us. Sebagai content creator and a brand owner, thank you for supporting Lula and Mira, Sahabat Cantik, and Statement Beauty all the time. We really appreciate that. We couldn't have done it without you guys. So
Yes, you guys are amazing ya. Community on YouTube tuh community on YouTube tuh so supportive banget. I don't think Statement Beauty would even be where it is today without our YouTube fans.
iya, karena kita kebanyakan ngeliat the reviews, mereka reviewnya Statement Beauty tapi kayak, oh iya,
Aku ini karena Lula and Mira. Oh my god, great job Lula and Mira.
Yeah, thank you. Yes. So thank you guys so much. We love you guys.
and hope we see you on the next one. Bye,
Bye, Sahabat Cantik.